Welcome back to Vibe Vision, the channel where we explore the legends of the automotive world. Today we're diving into one of the most elusive, powerful, and iconic muscle cars ever to emerge from the golden age of American performance, the 1969 Chevrolet COPO Camaro ZL1. This car wasn't just another Camaro. It was a purpose-built street weapon born out of a secret factory loophole, built to dominate the drag strip and shock anyone who dared to underestimate it. The COPO ZL1 stands today as one of the rarest and most valuable Camaros ever made, and its story, design, and performance are nothing short of legendary. The 1969 Camaro already had muscle car fans hooked. It had the right size, aggressive stance, and countless trim options. But what if you wanted something beyond the SS or Z28, something that could put fear into a Hemi or a Boss 429? That's where the COPO program came in. The Central Office Production Order System. It was meant for fleet vehicles and police cars. But a few clever dealers like Fred Gibb discovered it could be used to order cars with any configuration GM's parts bin allowed. Gibb Chevrolet teamed up with Chevy's engineers to create a drag racing monster that could legally roll off the assembly line. And the result was the COPO 9560, the Camaro ZL1. When you first lay eyes on the 1969 COPO Camaro, it doesn't scream for attention. That's part of its charm. There's no wild graphics, no flashy stripes, no huge spoilers. It's pure understatement with an attitude. Most were finished in basic factory colors, often with steel wheels and dog-dish hubcaps, because the focus wasn't on luxury or looks, it was on performance. But even so, the Camaro's long, sleek body lines and aggressive proportions give it undeniable presence. The front end wears that classic split grille with a subtle Chevrolet badge, flanked by sharp headlights tucked neatly into the fenders. The hood features twin air inlets that hint at the power lurking beneath, while the muscular rear haunches and short deck lid create that perfect balance between elegance and aggression. Walk around one, and you start to appreciate the precision in its simplicity. The body is tightly sculpted with crisp character lines running from the fenders to the rear quarter panels. The chrome trim adds just enough sparkle to catch your eye without going overboard. Around back, the taillights sit neatly inside a blacked-out panel, with the simple Camaro script reminding you that this is no ordinary car. The COPO models didn't even carry exterior badges to announce their ZL1 identity, making them true sleepers. If you didn't know what you were looking at, you might assume it was just another small block Camaro, and that's exactly what Chevy wanted, a wolf in sheep's clothing. But let's lift that hood because that's where the real story begins. Underneath sits one of the most extraordinary engines ever fitted into a production car, the all-aluminum 427 cubic inch ZL1 V8. It was a racing engine, hand-assembled and designed for the track, not the street. Based on the legendary L88 iron block engine, the ZL1 was built with lightweight materials to shed around 100 pounds compared to its cast-iron sibling. It came with forged pistons, a solid lifter camshaft, aluminum cylinder heads, and an 850 CFM Holley carburetor sitting atop a high-rise intake manifold. Officially, Chevrolet rated it at 430 horsepower, but that was a classic case of factory underrating. In reality, dyno tests showed well over 500 horsepower, and with the right setup, it could easily push beyond 550. When you turn the key, that engine doesn't just start, it roars to life with a deep, metallic growl that shakes the air around you. The idle is lumpy, restless, and alive, every thump of the camshaft echoing through the exhaust like a heartbeat from another era. Flip the throttle and the sound hardens into a fierce snarl that makes it clear this car was born for the strip. Back in the day, very few street cars could touch it. The ZL1 could run the quarter mile in the low 11-second range with minor tuning, and with slicks even faster. That made it one of the quickest production cars in the world, not just of its time but in all of muscle car history. The COPO ZL1 wasn't light on price either. The aluminum engine alone added thousands to the cost, pushing the car's price tag close to $7,000, nearly double a base Camaro and more than a Corvette. Because of that, only 69 examples were ever produced, but for those who knew what it was, every penny was worth it. It wasn't about comfort or convenience. It was about raw, unfiltered performance. The ZL1 was a factory-built race car wearing a street-legal disguise. Out on the road, the ZL1 delivers a driving experience that's pure adrenaline. The steering is heavy, the suspension stiff, and the clutch demands commitment. But the moment you open the throttle, All of that fades away into the rush of acceleration. The rear tires fight for grip. The front end lifts slightly and you feel that massive torque surge pushing you back in your seat. There's nothing refined or polite about it. It's mechanical violence in motion. Every shift through the Muncie 4-speed gearbox feels like an event, each gear pulling you harder and faster. The sound of that 427 screaming toward redline is intoxicating, a symphony of raw power that no modern exhaust note can truly replicate. The handling, while primitive by today's standards, was surprisingly capable for its time. The ZL1's lighter front end gave it better balance compared to iron block big block Camaros, and with the right driver, it could handle a twisty road respectably. But let's be real, this car wasn't built for corners. It was built for one thing: to go fast in a straight line and dominate the competition. And that's exactly what it did. Inside, the COPO ZL1 keeps things minimal. This is not a car designed to pamper you. Open the door, and you're greeted by a no-nonsense cabin that focuses on function over flair. The dashboard is clean and straightforward, with round gauges giving you just the essentials: speed, RPM, fuel, and temperature. The steering wheel is thin and purposeful, giving a clear connection to the road. The seats are firm, wrapped in simple vinyl, and the shifter sits perfectly within reach. There's a sense of honesty inside the car. No fancy materials or luxury touches, just pure driving intent. Every sound, every vibration, every smell reminds you that you're sitting inside a piece of living mechanical history. Looking back today, the 1969 Chevrolet COPO Camaro ZL1 stands as a masterpiece of American performance engineering. It was born out of creativity, rebellion, and a desire to push the limits. It wasn't meant to please everyone, it was meant to dominate. And though only 69 were built, its legacy has grown far beyond those few cars. It became the blueprint for future high-performance Camaros and a symbol of what can happen when passion and engineering collide without compromise. Collectors today treat the COPO ZL1 with near-religious reverence, with surviving examples selling for over $1 million. But beyond the price tag, what makes it truly special is its spirit, that unfiltered connection between driver and machine. It's a reminder of a time when cars weren't burdened by electronics or computers, when performance came from metal, muscle, and ingenuity. So as we wrap up this review, the 1969 COPO Camaro ZL1 remains more than just a car. It's a statement, a reminder that sometimes the greatest legends are the ones that were never meant to exist. This is Vibe Vision, celebrating the machines that define generations. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Chevrolet's rarest creations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories of automotive icons that continue to shape the vibe of car culture today.